presentar con mucho orgullo a un invitado de renombre internacional que pudimos conocerlos del equipo de Wayra en Silicon Valley, el señor Michael Tchong.
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. Okay. Bienvenido. Ese es tu español, yo es pura hablar. I'm Michael Tchong, and today I'm going to take you on a very fascinating ride to the landscape of now, because as you well know, you have to understand trends to make successful products. And by understanding your markets better and knowing how to read the future, you have a really great sense for where we as consumers and business people are going in the future. Other sub-trends in their wake. So since you are the only city in South America, the only capital by the bay, by the sea, you know about surfing and big waves, right? So big waves are these waves that roll over others and create sub-trends. And the most important thing that you need to remember is cambio. They bring change in the consumer. And that's why Uber trends are very clearly more important to understand than the regular trend. And today I'm going to just cover 3 of the 8 because ustedes no tienen tiempo. Digital lifestyle, the marriage of man and machine. Quiero casar una máquina. All right? Crazy busy is time compression, the acceleration of life. And finally, unwired, the control freak generation. Okay? As you all know, we're being swept up in a huge wave of change all around the world. It started in the Middle East with a fruit vendor in Tunisia who was able to create a revolution that swept across all of the Arab countries. And that would not have been possible without the help of Facebook and Twitter. In fact, there was one Egyptian who was so excited about this Facebook revolution that he decided to call his first baby Facebook with a hashtag of January 25th. Just call me Face. Okay? But as you can tell from this photograph, the real revolution is being propelled by our digital technologies, because that is the message here. And those digital technologies are spreading rapidly all over the world. In the Soviet Union, the Paris Hilton of Russia, Ksenia Sobchak, is taking on Vladimir Putin and is telling him what to do with his stuff. And that is a huge message that is going on. So as you can tell, the revolution is spreading, and it's spreading virally through our digital toolbox. Now, one of the sub-trends that this is creating is called online oxygen. We need to be online, otherwise we can't breathe, right? You'll be happy to know that you now can update your Facebook status, like when you're driving your car. To which one comedian said, well, finally, I was getting so bored talking and texting. I'm sure you think that same way too, don't you? Exactly. The fact of the matter is we spend more time now on Facebook and Twitter and other social media than we do in email. And that's only 17 years old. So you can see things are changing rapidly. And those changes are forcing us to be addicted to it. We love it so much. I love the fact that Erykah Badu, who is a famous singer from Texas, decided to use Twitter while she gave birth. Or as Sina put it, she tweeted while she squeezed. I hope that translates correctly. Tell me if it does. I'm sure you know what it really means. So you can see things are changing rapidly. And we are getting addicted. Right now, 24 million people play Cityville. Yeah, that's not as much as December when it launched, and 98 million people were playing. We're getting bored with it already. But it does tell you a lot about what we're doing online. So if you find yourself at work playing Cityville, or worse, updating your Facebook status. You know what you're doing? You're participating in a new phenomenon called social networking. And I know a lot of you do that. But you gotta remember, this is the most important message, and I remind everyone all the time, what is social networking about? It is staying connected to your family and your friends. And that is the primary message here. So it is not a fad, it is something that is very pervasive and meaningful to a lot of people. Social sharing, let's talk about that. We all know that, there's a revolution going on in sharing information, in sharing pictures. I was amazed when I saw the Facebook pre-IPO status update, and it showed that we're uploading 300 million photographs a day. You gotta sit there and think about that. 10 times the people in Peru every day. That is an amazing number, don't you think? Isn't that crazy? And it's not just the photography that's changing, the video too is being propelled rapidly. I love the statistic that the number of videos submitted via mobile phone has already increased 14 times in just a year and a half. And remember, most people are still trying to figure out how to take a photograph with their smartphone. And to give you an idea of how successful this application has already been, 3 IPOs just the past 6 months. Angie's List for 600 million valuation, TripAdvisor, which is all about travel. Try it out. You won't believe how many. I was in Italy. There's like tons of Italians already on TripAdvisors telling you about all the hotels. The market cap was $4 billion. And then finally, Yelp, which I had mentioned to you earlier, unfortunately not here, but available in Spain and Italy, 840 million valuation, does the same thing for restaurants. And you can point it out the window, remember? That's the one that had that augmented reality application. So there's a huge amount of power going on in crowdsourcing. And that has moved into a new thing called crowdfunding. So think about it. The first stage, social media. Everybody commenting, you don't know what they're talking about. It could be pizza, it could be bread, it could be whatever, food, university, school. Then we get crowdsourcing and it gets connected. Restaurants, hotels, Dia Garafon, bars with strong drinks. The content is organized. And now the next step is, the content is organized and we're going to try to funnel money into creative startups that can present to us ideas that I might want to fund. Wow, that's power. That is absolute power. So you got this company in Toronto, and they go to a venture capitalist, and I have a cool phone, a watch, and I need funding. They get $375,000 from this angel. They go back for a round. He says, no, I don't want to fund this. I don't believe in funding consumer products, or whatever he said. They put this on Kickstarter, $10 million. They got $10 million. It's the most successful funded startup ever using crowdfunding. Kickstarter. Remember, 51% funding ratio. This is incredibly exciting stuff. So what you're going to see is a lot of people jumping into this market. The Chinese have demo hour. The Swiss have another platform, WeMakeIt.ch. There's 156 crowdfunding sites worldwide already. It's going to explode. It's going to allow your idea to get funded, because instead of those stiff, boring VCs that you may be meeting who have no sense of humor, you're talking to everyone out there who is interested in funding you. So this is exciting. This is going to make technology explode worldwide. I can guarantee it. And what am I doing? You know me, I'm a troublemaker. I like to start things. I think we're in need of some inspiration on the government side, don't you think? I think we need to have some banks reinvented, don't you think? I think we need a lot of help. So what I've decided to do is listen to what these people are telling us on the street. We're tired of you Wall Street people, you greedy, and we want you to change. We want you to spread the wealth. So what I did is I started Social Revolution, a change agency. I am un agente de cambio. I want to change things. And I'm going to use crowdsourcing to do it. So on July 4th, just a few weeks ago, I launched in beta the Social Revolution crowdsource site to create and get ideas and solutions from people around the world to solve the problems that are happening now in Greece, in Spain, and in the United States, because we need help. And as you can tell, you can't tell, but basically it's business, education, finance, government, and healthcare at the bottom. Post your idea, vote for ideas, like ideas. Join me in this effort. I need all the help. I think you'll find it very exciting. Socialrevolution.spigot. Spigot is spelled S-P-I-G-E-T. This is a $42 million startup that is powering my solution. So as you can see, I'm playing a strong role because, of course, out of these solutions are going to come a lot of ideas for startups. And we need a lot of solutions. As I mentioned before, we need robotics. We need $20 billion in robotics a year. We need more internet security. The Pentagon is being hit 1 million times a day by the Chinese, and we know who's doing it. All of these things are happening out of our control. Why are they out of our control? Remember, I want to be a control freak. It cannot be out of my control. So, remember what Mark Zuckerberg said in the S1 when they went public. We want to change the way people relate to governments and social institutions. We believe that building tools to help people share and bring more honest and transparent dialogue to governments could lead to more direct empowerment of people. And that is the very words I want you to remember, because this is what this game is all about. Connect with me on LinkedIn, I'm uber cool. Connect with me on Twitter, I'm uber cool. Say something nice, please. And you can download my book, Social Engagement Marketing, directly from my website, which is michaeltchong.com. And remember these words, el futuro está aquí. Enciende tu fuego. Thank you very, very much.
Porque una de las partes muy importantes en estas presentaciones es comprender realmente dónde está el negocio y cuál es el modelo de negocio. Luis Estrada es fundador y gerente también de Global Alimentos SAP, es una persona con mucha experiencia en temas de negocios y en temas de estrategia y financiamiento. De hecho, quienes les hacían las preguntas de ¿y dónde está la plata? ¿Y cómo está el proceso? ¿Y cómo está el modelo de negocio y de estrategia? Eric Iriarte, socio principal de Iriarte Asociados, abogado. El fastidioso, me decía, ¿ya registraste la marca? Y no está registrada, y yo voy a comprar la marca porque todavía no la he registrado. Entonces, él también siempre muy directo en su forma de preguntar y también en la forma de discutir en los momentos cerrados dentro del equipo. Gustavo Quitazono, director del segmento masivo de Telefónica Móviles S.A., muy pausado, como siempre, además culturalmente debe ser así. Él muy pausado, siempre muy positivo en sus comentarios, tratando de ver ese equipo, rescatando. Era uno de los pocos que decía al final, me parece interesante tu idea, o comenzaba dándoles esa seguridad a los expositores. Julio Noriega, gerente central de nuevos negocios de empresa editora del Comercio S.A. Julio, que de pronto es el más formal de todos, por lo menos aparentemente, es el termito. Yo le decía, tú pareces el abogado del grupo. Muy formal en sus preguntas, pero siempre también muy positivo en cuanto a identificar ideas de negocios innovadoras que tengan buenas oportunidades en el mercado. Patricia Stewart, directora de la Oficina de Emprendimiento de la Universidad de Lima, con mucha experiencia también, y mi compañera de género, porque en realidad, como verán, de 8 éramos 2 mujeres, que había un problema en el género, pero bueno, eso parece que así es, porque además los participantes también la mayoría han sido hombres y no mujeres. Y Patricia también muy cuidadosa, porque una de las cosas que tienen que estar ustedes seguros es que el jurado siempre ha tratado de buscar lo mejor de sus proyectos.
Buenas tardes. Hasta el último minuto no estaba seguro si tendría la chance de poder hablar, y eso porque he venido acompañado de mi esposa, que tiene 38 semanas de gestación. No sé técnicamente cómo es el término. Así que, si que Isabelita no se nos adelanta, porque no está incluido dentro del programa, todo va a estar bien. Si me voy corriendo en algún momento, me dan parecido la razón. Isabelita nos ha enseñado que estos últimos 9 meses han sido maravillosos. Nos ha enseñado mucho acerca del milagro de la vida. Y resulta que, por coincidencia, hace 9 meses se produjo el primer Wayra en Perú. Algunos suspicazmente podrán pensar que un evento tiene relación con el otro, y tengo que decir categóricamente que es absolutamente cierto. Soy miembro de la primera promoción de Wayra en el Perú, soy un miembro orgulloso, porque es una promoción que empezó con el pie derecho. Quebró todos los récords a nivel mundial en términos de postulación. Eso demuestra una cosa en particular, cosa que fue ratificada con el quiebre por segunda oportunidad, también en el caso de Perú. Demuestra que cuando tenemos buena voluntad, nosotros no somos capaces de absolutamente todo. Y en este momento en particular, en el que una especial coyuntura parece ensombrecer el panorama de progreso que el Perú tiene derecho, cuando algunos toman piedras y palos para oponerse a algo que no consideran bueno, que no consideran correcto, esta primera promoción de Wayra Perú, en lugar de piedras y palos, lo que hace es creer y crear. Estoy muy orgulloso por eso.